An artist objectifies or exploits a particular subject when they work with the subject.
Objectified is space, movement, and form.
Taking something simple and making it complex, or taking something complex.
Something that's, luscious, desirable.
Power struggle that the amount of power that you can take away from something by
that
naming it or turning it into an
was
object.
internal now becomes
also
It's almost, I would say, in many ways, a recontextualization.
Highlighting it.
What was once a benign object became a kryptonite.
Shifting a focus in order to diminish and redefine objects.
Objectified is an exhibition that brings together the Art Institute of Boston's low residency program, MFA program, alum. It's a time every 2 years for all of us to come and be part of something big. It's about us. That's it.
Well, it started back about 3 years ago now, when Mike came to me with this great idea of having an alumni exhibition. He's like, hey, we should do this show. When, to invite and get and collaborate and bring a whole big group of people together, invite the whole MFA alumni cohort into participating in a huge exhibition, first of its kind. This is the second iteration of the show that we've been working on. Initially, I thought that this would be easy. Doing this show the second time would be easier, since it was something we'd already sort of worked out the nuts and bolts and the kinks and whatnot in the first time around. In a way, I figured we'd be able to, sort of slide right through this one. Absolutely not the case.
After choosing the space at Leslie, I then started to realize, my goodness, how the hell are we going to make a gallery in this space? But that's why we have our amazing people on our committee. We found a way. So we are building the walls, the space from the ground up. We are creating almost an illusion.
We have far more people participating in this exhibition than we did the first time around. First time we had roughly 80. Now we're up near 130. And it's part of the largest exhibition in New England in January, this year probably alone. So it's just bigger. Everything about it is bigger and more complicated. The space is more complicated. The setup is more complicated. The lighting's more complicated. The end goal is going to be awesome.
We chose Objectified for the second exhibition because we thought it was important to have a theme.
We've got photographers and sculptors and installation artists, painters, illustrators, you name it. To bring all those people together is really difficult. So we thought that if we came up with a theme, the theme could be anything. It could be blue. So we wanted to come up with something that people could sort of go off in different tangents and really sort of chew onto. And so we thought Objectified was a really good theme to work with.
It's almost, I would say, in many ways, a recontextualization in addition to taking something and imbuing your own definitions into it.
I was really drawn to this exhibition when I heard what the theme was, and I thought, it resonated with me right away. I thought it fit the work well.
Objectified, I believe, represents the work that I'm doing right now. It expresses something deep and almost esoteric about the ideas that I've been thinking about at this moment.
As much of my current work does pertain to perception, media, and manipulation, I felt that it was really a perfect fit for this exhibition.
The expression or the term objectified is perfect for me because basically what I do is objectifying a certain subject matter.
In my work, I want to show how we use nature as a commodity, and that everything, whatever animals, the lake itself, all of the natural world is used as a commodity.
For me, a lot of times I'll take an object, spray paint over it, scratch it out, tag into the face. Many times I really don't choose an object for so much the image, but just the idea of painting it.
Well, it's a great, huge, open subject. I mean, I could have taken just about anything with this. Objects, as an artist, you pretty much are making objects. You're taking your ideas and turning them into objects, or you're taking objects and giving them more meaning. I mean, it gives you the opportunity to kind of stretch the boundaries of it. not necessarily build on some huge great principle, but just to get right back down to the idea of object and what it means to build an object, create an object, or I don't know, it brings you right down to the core of what you would do as an artist anyways.
My connection with the AIB community is deeply personal. They don't know it. But my 2 years that I spent at Lesley in the MFA program was just unbelievable. The creativity, being immersed, being almost sequestered with all these artists. I'd never been involved in anything like that before. And after coming out of those 2 weeks, I did some of the most creative work I've ever done in my life.
Well, my 2 years at AIB have really informed and really changed my work.
When I graduated from AIB in 2007, I suddenly felt it a great loss because this intense relationship that I had been part of for 2 years was suddenly over.
I live in a very remote area in Quebec, and it's on a dirt road and it's on a farm, so I'm quite isolated. So having this connection, when I go on Facebook or when I get all the messages from AIB, it makes me feel like I'm part of a community of artists. It's like a family for me.
My connection and experience at AIB helped me find my voice as an artist and gave me confidence in making artwork.
There were so many people. You go in and you're not in a room full of just painters anymore. There are so many people from so many different walks of life, so many different backgrounds, languages, countries, different mediums. I walked in and I'm having my photography critiqued by a surrealist painter. I mean, you get every perspective you could possibly have from somebody who looks at your work.
I'm proud to be associated with AIB and Lesley in every way. My big fear is that they will disown and blackball me.
If I had to describe my experience with the Art Institute of Boston, I guess I would just have to say life-changing.
Definitely my understanding of being a professional artist changed drastically after going to the MFA program. I could see the contemporary art world in a different way, and I could see myself fitting into the contemporary art world.
It allowed me to figure out a way to incorporate art making into the rest of my life.
I think you learn more about everybody else's medium as well, because you've learned how to open your eyes and see in different ways from different people, so you now have that knowledge.
When I came into the program, I felt I didn't belong. My work wasn't good enough. But I feel like my art changed quite dramatically. I started painting, everything was different, and I started making work that made me feel uncomfortable and learning a whole lot.
The greatest part about the MFA program is they force artists to go outside their comfort zone. I like that.
It really validated me as an artist and as a teacher, and it really valued, or it allowed me to value the time that I spend on my work.
I think that the program really taught me the importance of art making being a habit in your life. Habit and hobby are two very, very different things, and it needs to be a daily habit.
Before I went to AIB, I was a person who made art, and after being in the low residency MFA program, I'm an artist.
Thank you, AIB.
Thank you, AIB.
Thank you, AIB.
Thank you, AIB.
Thank you, AIB, for giving me an opportunity to have a voice.
For giving me an opportunity to prove myself to the world and to the art community.
For giving me an entire new community of ideas, not just one.
For helping me pursue the life that I'd like to lead.
For helping me to be a better artist and a better teacher.
For having a low residency program. I wanted to go back to school, and I was able to do that without having to drop everything in my life.
Thank you, AIB, for teaching me discipline.
For creating a situation that brought me and the artists in the program together and gave us opportunities to work together and to find different ways to connect our work to the world.
I thank AIB very much for helping me get to where I am now as an artist and to have given me all this wonderful community of artists who is so supportive. Merci beaucoup.
Thanks AIB for being so welcoming.
I learned a lot. It was hard work, and I'd do it again. So thanks, AIB.
Thank you, AIB, for waking me up. I love you.